A Hero's Pause. Scott Lang enjoys his post-Quantumania life with Hope and Cassie, relishing his celebrity status and newfound peace. He writes a second book, gives humorous motivational speeches, and bonds with Cassie over science and life lessons. But he quietly wrestles with an inner sense of incompletion. Something about the quantum realm still doesn't sit right. Flashbacks of Kang's cryptic final words plague his dreams. Cassie's quantum project. Cassie unveils her Quantum Environmental Detection Array, QDA, a device capable of monitoring multiversal rifts in real time. It detects bizarre quantum anomalies emerging from around Earth, dimensional overlaps, time echoes, and space distortions. Janet becomes alarmed as the energy signature resembles remnants of Kang's tech. Hank fears a growing disturbance beneath the quantum fabric. Temporal disturbances, unnatural phenomena occur. People catch glimpses of themselves from different ages or realities. A child briefly turns into their older self before reverting, causing panic. Time is not just unstable, it's starting to fracture. Scott and Hope investigate alongside Jimmy Woo and uncover evidence that the quantum realm is bleeding into Earth's time stream. The return of the realm. Janet reveals that Kang's defeat caused a rupture in the quantum core, the very heart of the realm. With the vacuum left behind, the quantum pathways have grown volatile. Cassie's device pinpoints the epicenter. The realm itself is imploding inward and pulling other micro-realities into it. If left unchecked, it could drag Earth's timeline with it. Journey into the microverse. The team constructs a reinforced quantum shuttle powered by dual entangled PIM cores. Scott, Hope, Cassie, Hank, and Janet descend into the quantum realm, but it's vastly altered, chaotic, multi-layered, and distorted. Familiar zones have collapsed into infinite loops. Even gravity behaves irrationally and time loops inside pockets of space. Empire of the Forgotten. They arrive at a hidden city forged by survivors of Kang's reign, ruled by a mysterious figure named Vatra. Vatra is a Kang variant who avoided conquest by vanishing into an untraceable fold in time. He claims to maintain peace but subtly uses technology reminiscent of Kang's for control. Janet is suspicious of his motives. Echoes of Kang. The Chrono Heart, an ancient central node once linked to Kang's multiversal consciousness, is awakening. Ghost-like AI remnants of Kang containing partial memories and logic haunt the realm like viruses. These echoes corrupt the realm's layers and influence other Kang variants scattered through time. The heart pulses with a code: reconstruct, reunify, reign. The Resistance. A rebel faction made of evolved microbeings, exiles, and broken time variants opposes Vatra's control. Their leader is a chronologically displaced version of Bill Foster, Goliath, aged and mutated by quantum dilation. They believe Vatra seeks to reignite the heart and become a singular Kang. They offer knowledge but distrust the Ant family. Cassie's stand. Cassie urges the others to join the resistance and stay to fix the realm. Scott, fearing for her safety, insists on returning home. Their ideological rift deepens. Cassie feels called to this battle, not just as a scientist, but as someone who understands the stakes. Her growing bond with a semi-sentient quantum being called Pyrrha gives her insight into the heart's rhythm, betrayal within. Janet is abducted by quantum phantoms, protective constructs from Kang's era that still enforce the old order. While Hank and Hope track her down, Hope suspects Vatra of orchestrating it to push the others toward compliance. Vatra finally reveals his goal: to awaken the Chrono Heart and merge with it, becoming the final Kang, perfect, undivided, eternal. Quantum reign begins. Vatra activates the Chrono Heart, flooding the realm with distorted time energy. Portions of the quantum realm collapse into singularities and alternate timelines bleed into each other. The city begins mutating as Vatra ascends, transforming into a hybrid of man and dimension. His mind expands across timelines, hunting all versions of himself to assimilate. Cassie's rebellion. Cassie seizes command of the resistance and executes a risky infiltration of the heart's neural core. She rescues Janet from a quantum time loop prison where time replays the worst moments of her past. Her leadership impresses even Bill Foster, who entrusts her with his final chrono shard, a key to disrupting Vatra's synchronization, shrinking the impossible. Scott and Hope shrink beyond subatomic scale into the Planck layer, where they confront surreal manifestations of failed futures and twisted versions of themselves. Scott battles a hopeless, bitter version of himself trapped since Endgame. This emotional confrontation helps him accept his past mistakes and affirm his core values. Scott versus the self. The battle with Quantum lost, Scott reveals the cost of heroism without connection. The alternate Scott is broken by isolation, serving as a warning. The real Scott chooses growth over guilt and forgives himself. Hope helps him rewire the quantum tether to re-enter the upper realm with newfound clarity and strength. Final quantum gambit. Hank unveils a last resort device, an entangled biotic particle bomb designed to overload the Chrono Heart's energy loop. However, it must be activated manually from within the Heart's singularity. Scott volunteers, but Cassie overrides his suit protocols and switches places mid-mission, sacrificing herself to save the multiverse. Father and daughter. Inside the core, Cassie triggers the bomb, ready to die for the cause. But the Chrono entity, a guardian-like force within the realm, intervenes, judging her selflessness as a cosmic stabilizer. It spares her and binds her to the Heart as its new anchor, enabling her to exist across timelines, harmonizing their pulses. The fall of Vatra. With Cassie stabilizing the Heart from within, the team confronts a fully ascended Vatra. Scott and Hope use synchronized PIM-based combat to disrupt his form across 4 dimensions. Janet and Hank unleash a virus into his neural frequency, fracturing his timeline links and causing Vatra to disintegrate into pure quantum dust. The Heart sealed. The Chrono Heart seals itself, forming a new equilibrium across realities. The quantum realm begins to restabilize into a structured form with multiple safe time zones. Cassie, although altered, is alive and becomes the realm's guardian, able to communicate with her family across quantum channels. Return to Earth. The team returns to Earth. Months have passed. Scott reunites with his family and finally finishes his book, this time about being okay with not being in control. Cassie is given a temporal conduit to communicate periodically. The world is stable, but forever changed by their actions. Mid- and post-credit scene. In a shadowy rift of the realm, fragments of Kang's shattered consciousness fuse with leftover multiversal code, forming Kronos Kang, who smiles and whispers, "I am the last one."